Hey, what's up everybody? Right here, and we're back with some more yet another zombie survivors. We haven't played a lot since the newest patch came out, so I thought we would kind of jump back in and do it again. I know we did a lot with the public beta stuff, but now that the changes are kind of final and they're actually in the game now, I thought we should jump back in and do kind of another video for this. We're going to try a full-on elemental build today, and what we're going to hope to achieve is that we see this item right here, the Zugzwang Hypergaster XD. It's going to give us 30% elemental damage, and that's pretty huge. That's going to be one of the highest elemental damages we can get. Some of them will give you like regular 30% to ice damage, but this one gives you straight up 30% to elemental damage, which is going to be any sort of elemental damage we have. So what we're gonna do is, we kind of did a build similar to this already, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off with the Pyro, because he's pure elemental and he's gonna give us an elemental damage boost of 20%. We're gonna run the Engineer, who is also a full-on elemental character, and then that basically leaves us with these three to pick for our last one, and we'll probably run with the Huntress because she's going to provide more DPS. The medic would be good for survivability, but I don't think we're going to worry too much about that. We're going to try to do like a full-on elemental DPS build. So we're going to start off with the Pyro. We're going to take the Engineer second, and then we'll take the Huntress last, because the Huntress is only going to have her frost arrows. That's going to be her only elemental damage, whereas the Pyro and Engineer, basically everything they do is elemental. So we're gonna start off, we're gonna do the isolated city map. We're gonna do endless, no, let's do boss rush. We'll do boss rush because boss rush is a little bit harder, and we'll see how this goes. Boss rush is pretty much endless mode too, so they're all kind of endless mode now. Pyro is definitely a really cool class though. If you haven't really seen him in action yet, he has one of the best weapons in the game. They might have toned it down a little bit though. It's hard to tell exactly what they did because they adjusted some of the stats, but they don't tell you exactly what they do. But we're gonna focus a lot on the Fire Axe, and we're gonna try to get the Infernax, which is arguably one of the best weapons in the game right now. So that's probably gonna be our main priority. Firewalk, I didn't think was that good, but sometimes it usually it tops the DPS charts in terms of abilities. It's not going to do more than our weapon, but I think it'll do more than any of his other abilities, so we'll try to kind of upgrade that too. If you haven't seen a video of the patch yet, they did adjust how the minor level ups work, so you're not going to see any of those minor level ups anymore. We're going to banish this Lucky Bill, and we'll take the weapon and movement speed. We're not going to take our first character for a while here, so let's max out Firewalk since it's right there. We're gonna do mostly, I'm gonna do mostly like ability damage, ability area, things like that. We'll do a little bit of weapons because Infernax and Frost Arrow should be pretty good too. But we're gonna focus, I think, mostly on abilities. But all their weapons will be elemental too, so they should be getting boosted also. Blowtorch, horrible weapon. Absolutely horrible. I hate the blowtorch. I try to get off the blowtorches as quick as I can, so Let's get out of here and get to the Infernax. There we go, Infernax. Infernax is just an incredibly good weapon. Alright, oh, okay, we're definitely gonna take the Ring of Power. Question is, do I want to block any of these? I don't think so. These are kind of good, like the Cacti and Slingshot are good, but I think I'm okay saving. Okay, let's do... Ooh, I think we're gonna take the XP modifier. I think we're still gonna take XP. If we see XP bonuses, we're gonna take XP bonuses. Okay. We don't even have the classes we want yet. Okay, let's keep doing Infernax. Okay, next time we see our characters, we'll pick them up. I definitely think they nerfed the Infernax a little bit. I remember just slaughtering these guys as, as we run through them. That doesn't seem to be the case as much anymore now. I wish they would post what they do to damages. Alright, let's do Molotov. I can't quite tell either, but I think they might have reduced the radius on this too. I'm pretty sure the radius has been reduced. Alright, let's do the XP modifier again. Alright, oh, here we go. The Zugwing Hypergaster XD, here it is, it showed up. 30% elemental damage. Let's see, is there anything else we want to... Hack the system to allow critical hits. So weapon cooldown and weapon attack speed. Let's lock down the mod chip. And we're definitely going to take this. So now we want to see... I would prefer to see the engineer right now. No? We'll take the Huntress. I don't want to waste my rerolls on them, and I do want to pick up a character right now. Yeah, before this, Infernax was just, it was slaying everybody right now. These zombies are taking, a lot of these zombies are taking 2 hits now if we're not critting them. Okay, let's do, we're not going to get any chemicals, so no chemicals. So we can actually banish chemical. Right, we're not going to get any chemical because chemical is only on the medic. So let's banish that and we'll take the mod chip. We're going to try to get the Frost Arrow as quick as we can, too. Once we get the Frost Arrow, then we'll pick up our 3rd character. I mean, we might actually pick up our 3rd character as soon as we see the, No, okay. I was gonna say, as soon as we see the engineer, we'll pick up the engineer. I don't even think we've seen the engineer yet. Okay, what are we doing? Movement speed. I like the movement speed. I don't care for the chemical. I don't want to take... I don't want to take minus anything weapon damage. So I think we actually might re-roll these. T-pose is so... I don't like T-pose at all now. I think movement speed is one of the most important things in this game, and getting minus 20% movement speed is absolutely horrible. Alright, we'll take the electric modifier. That's a really good one. We don't have the engineer yet, but as soon as we pick up the engineer, obviously. Still worth taking now. Alright, let's do... Man, guess we'll do attack speed. Okay, ice damage, we will take the ice damage. Let's lock down... Man, there's two of them. Let's lock down solar panel. I'm not going to worry about the lifesteal as much this time. If it's the best option available, we'll take it. But other than that, we won't worry about... We're not going to do too much, I guess we're not going to do too much, life-saving abilities. Like, I'm not going to take too much armor. I'm not going to take too much health. We're just gonna try to do full-on elemental damage and see how we can do this. Man, I don't wanna use a reroll. We can deal with not getting the engineer yet. Okay, let's do ability area. Oh, I did not want to get that second magnet. We're gonna have 2 decoys out too, which will be nice. We'll have the monkey decoy, and then we'll have the makeshift bomb, which is not as good as the monkey decoy, but it's still another decoy. Okay, let's see more elemental damage here. Okay, I think we'll lock down duct tape. Then we'll take that solar panel. Okay, I really want to see the engineer here. I feel like we've gotten at least 10 of these and we haven't seen the... Wow. Alright, we'll go one more. I guess we'll go one more. We still have some leveling up to do for our characters, but I'm not too concerned about leveling up the rest of her characters other than getting a ice arrow. Do weapon damage, sure. Okay, weapon damage. No, we're not going to take that. We'll just take the duct tape. Okay, engineer, please. Thank you. There we go. We need you for your elemental damage because we have 50% elemental damage right now. On top of, we have 170 electrical damage. So of course we want to get all this electrical damage that we can. Stretch mode definitely gets really hard. Okay, we'll take the legendary health regeneration. Sure. You've convinced me to take a health regen. If it's a legendary, I'm always gonna probably take the. Oh my gosh, that was so many guys running right at us. And we have 2 crates. Luckily, the crates stay there. The SOSs won't. Well, the SOSs stay there, but a new one doesn't show up until... Okay, I don't really... Magnet range, I don't care about, but the electric damage, I do. I don't want this because I don't... Since we're running both, I don't really want to benefit one to hurt the other. And cooldown reduction is going to be really important, actually. So we'll do the max health and ice damage modifier, because that's not a horrible one. And I don't want to reroll that. I know we have a ton of rerolls, but I'm going to... Okay, we'll do the weapon critical. Well, actually, what's our critical... Oh, well, we have... Okay, we have Eagle Eye. So I was gonna say we're probably not gonna build too much into critical, but we do it. Can I get both of them at the same time? Okay, we don't want explosive arrows. I'm not gonna banish it though. Let's do the turret. Okay, fire damage. This one. Okay, man. Okay, there's a lot of elemental damage here. This one would be okay, but I'm not gonna take the -20 to ice, even though fire. The fire is going to be a lot more, like, because we have way more fire abilities than we're going to have ice damage. But I'm not going to hurt anyone. This one is great because we don't have any chemical. This one is great too because this is going to give 10%. So this is why I try to save my stuff. So we're going to lock down the electrical damage, and we're going to take the elemental damage. I don't want to hurt anybody else's output. Okay, anything worth keeping still? Ability crit damage, no. While under health, not horrible, but I'm not gonna do anything. So this is gonna give, man, we're gonna get we're gonna get a lot of electrical damage. 210% electrical damage. We're getting ability and weapon damage too every time we pick up a crate or an SOS. Oh no, are we gonna get hit by this? Okay, let's see. Let's I'm gonna lock down the magnet because we don't have any heals, so that's an okay one. And then we're gonna take Sugar Rush. Since it's boss rush mode, there's gonna be a lot of bosses, and I know we're not going to be... This isn't going to be like an insane DPS build, because usually the weapon builds are the ones that are going to do the most damage. Man, we're not... Are we not going to see We're not gonna see frost arrows? Oh my gosh, look how clumped together they are. This would have been great for explosive arrows. Normally I wouldn't upgrade these other weapons like EMP grenade, but since we have so much electrical damage, I'm gonna kind of go heavily into the engineer's abilities. Oh, walked right into that. Walked right into that one. Okay, ice and fire, no. Ice damage 20 though. Alright, we're gonna lock down again. We're gonna lock down this one. Because I know I just locked down heavy metal too. So let's take the heavy metal. Ooh, we walked right into that again. Luckily, it's still kind of early, so they're not gonna one-shot us or anything. Are you kidding me? Is there no ice arrow in this game? Swear there's no ice arrow. Ice arrow would be so helpful right now. I mean, obviously for the elemental damage, but also just for the added CC. There we go. Frost Arrow feels much more effective now too. Since the updates, it feels like it actually slows the bosses down a lot. Okay, let's do... I guess we'll do ability damage. Okay, let's banish this one. Okay, we'll take the ice damage. I was just thinking if I wanted to lock down the lifesteal. But I think I'd rather save it for more of the elemental stuff. Okay. This one's good, but we're gonna go with the solar panel. I'm gonna try to kill these bosses too. At least a little bit. We'll do the healing bonuses. I really just want to gauge where all this ability damage is at too, like... Okay, this is a really good one. So we're gonna lock down Jacob's ladder now too. And we'll take the solar panel. Then we'll take Jacob's ladder next. See how good the frost arrow is right now? Okay, nothing worth locking down, so we'll just take this. 240 electrical damage. I feel like they just straight up took out the increased radius of this weapon. I wasn't paying attention when we were doing our level ups to see if they, but I think they drastically reduced the range on this weapon, on the Infernax. I feel like they just took out whatever range bonus it got from one of the level ups. Alright, let's do freezing arrows again. Energy shield. We'll do. We might re-roll these. No, we'll take the scouter. I keep forgetting we have Eagle Eye, so crit does kind of benefit us. Try to get Firewall going off right as we're in the middle of these guys. I don't think... Oh, it did go off. It did go off. Okay, let's do... We're gonna try, I think the next build we do, we might try a double Frost build, because I really like how Frost works now. Some of these guys, like, what is with this guy? Is he even, what is even happening with this boss right here? Like, I don't even get what's happening with some of them. Are they frozen? Oh! I was so busy staring at that other guy. I was so busy staring at him that I didn't even see that charger come until it was too late. I was trying to see what's up with them. Because sometimes it's obvious when they're frozen, because you can see they get that bright... they get turned like bright blue, but sometimes they're not really bright blue, but they still have that weird frozen animation. Yeah, probably shouldn't I thought about running through the middle of them, and I was like, I shouldn't do that. At least not yet. Let's get a little further into the run before I start making dumb mistakes. So, right? Frost Arrow seems like it's really good right now. Ice damage modifier. Man, we're gonna have... It's funny, because we're gonna have the least amount of fire damage, but everybody else is gonna have huge damage buffs. We're definitely gonna take that 2.5 ability reduction. Man, all three of them are here. Let's max out Freezing Arrow. Okay, now we'll do the laser. Is Frozen Arrow too good? Is it too good right now? Like, look at these guys. They're not even moving. Oh, no, 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 I keep doing that. I keep, oh, no. I keep walking right into their attacks. That's the problem with not, this is usually why if I'm playing for best times ever, I run around outside of the map. Especially with this build when we have decoys and frost, I'm gonna run around the outside of the map the whole time. But as of now, like, as of my point in this game, like my career playing yet another Zombie Survivors, I don't care about getting these incredibly long times anymore. It was fun in the beginning, but we pretty much made builds where we could have survived for like hours and hours on end, where we're basically unkillable. So I don't care about, if we can come up with another build that gets us unkillable, that's cool, but I know this build isn't it. This build isn't gonna get us unkillable. So right now it's just having fun and trying to maximize what we're trying to do here. Okay, let's do the energy shield. And plus, I'm not really in the business of trying to make like 2-hour videos all the time. I don't want any of these. Let's re-roll these. Okay, here's more ice damage and health. This one's cool too. We're gonna lock down this one. Let's get a little bit more heal going. For the long game, at least a little bit. Power Glove's good right now too, dang. Okay, we'll take the legendary dodge. See, they're just always slow. Are they always slow? Did we break the game? Are they broken? Like, seriously, are they broken? Because even when they're not frozen, they still seem to be moving really slow. They're just always moving slow. Right? I'm not, like, looking at this wrong. Unless we're just constantly freeze-locking them. Okay, we're gonna take another one of these. Holy cow. I didn't know you could stack these. That's insane. Yeah, I can't quite tell what's happening here. I can't tell if they're kind of glitching out or if our frozen arrow is really just that good and I can't really tell they're frozen. Because, I mean, we could just be, like, stun locking them in a sense, you know? Just constantly freeze. But, like, that guy didn't look frozen. Do they look frozen? But now this guy on to the left he's not frozen anymore. See, those guys didn't look like they were frozen when I walked up to them. It only seems to be happening to those guys, but I guess maybe because we kill the regular zombies too quickly. Okay, let's do the max health again and ice damage. No, see, that guy was running fast. I don't know. This guy's running fast. I have a feeling that maybe we're just kind of freeze-locking them. Like, I guess we have penetration. So penetration is going through the enemies, and we're kind of probably freezing a good amount of them every time. So, I mean, maybe we are just freeze-locking them. It's just hard to tell. Because you can tell when a guy's frozen, and then it seems like you can tell when they're unfrozen, but... Oh, I don't even have the makeshift bomb yet. I should pick that up next. Ooh, that was a big hit. That was a big hit. This is the problem with not having any sort of life regen. Or at least not a lot of it. I'm really excited for whatever they do next with this game, whatever their next big update is. Man. Okay, so I want both of these, but we're gonna commit to the build and go fire. Because they kind of talked about synergies and maybe adding more element types into the game, like more elemental damage to abilities. So I'd like to see where they go with that. I think they have a really good foundation now with setting up all these ability types, and now it feels like there's more they can do with that. It really opens up the builds. Okay, so we're definitely gonna do elemental damage 10%. Man, I really didn't know we'd be able to stack that 30% elemental item. I just kind of assumed it was going to be a one-time thing because it was so strong. But that means we can get 90% elemental damage from that. Alright, let's do... Actually, I should have done the EMP grenade. I think sucks. We'll see how much damage everything does with all this. With all this elemental damage, we'll see what happens. Okay, let's do the Jewel of Life. That's going to give us a free respawn, but who knows how much that's going to be beneficial because it's going to reduce our life in half. Yeah, I can't tell if Frost is just too strong right here. Alright, let's do... I kind of want both of these, but we'll take... I don't have any more lockdowns left either, so we'll take the slingshot. I wonder how much that's gonna trigger, like the 205. I wonder if we'll see it in the stats when it goes off. His no pain, no gain gives us 40% elemental damage, but it's only when we're at low health. It's not entirely clear exactly how it works. Let's do, I guess we'll do this one. Okay, so let's pay attention. We're at 205 fire. So I want to see what happens when if we take a big hit, we're going to try to check to see how much that changes that 205. Honestly, it doesn't really seem like there's much that can kill us at the moment, other than I think the chargers. The chargers, I have a feeling, is what's going to be the death of us, or if I just kind of start getting careless and start running through these mobs without like much care. But it doesn't really seem like anything can kind of get to us. We're slowing everything, we're electrocuting everything. And the only thing that seems to be able to hit us at the moment is maybe these chargers. Alright, let's do... It's like, should I do the glass cannon then? If we're not getting hit, what does this matter? Minus 10%'s a lot, though. Yeah, why not? Go big or go home. We're almost 30 minutes into this run. I think this is a pretty solid build, so let's see how we can do with without that extra defense. Or armor. Armor, health. See, so pain tolerance allows you to shape your suffering into strength, improving the stats the less health you have. So does that mean if I get hit once, like how much is it gonna improving your stats the less health you have? So that's a lot. That's a really good buff, but when does it trigger? Does it do it incrementally? Does it do it all at once? Because I'm assuming it does it incrementally. Like if we get hit for 100 or 200, maybe it increases it a little bit. I don't know. It's not super clear how that one works. Wow. Ooh, that guy almost hit us. Elemental damage 10%. Okay, so just make sure we're at 215 now for fire. Some of these guys are coming in fast now. I don't know if their spawn rate increased or what, but... See, if I wanted to survive forever, this is what I would do. I would just kind of hug the map like this and just let our zombie decoys do all the work. And we just try to avoid whatever big hits we can avoid. And I think you could do that for like a super long time. We're not gonna really do that though. I'm not gonna. Because that's also, I don't know. I've done it plenty of times when we try to break records. It's not, you know, it's not the most entertaining thing. For me too. Just running around in circles, because I think we've done a few builds like our frozen vampire stuff where we could just do that forever. Okay. Oh boy. Yes. I wish I had another lockdown though, because I would have taken that other one also. The one that gives us the ability duration and something else. But we're gonna take the 90% elemental damage from that item. Glass cannon again, we can stack it. Oh my gosh. Alright, hold on one second. I gotta move this screen a little bit. Okay, okay. Yeah, we're minus 20% health, minus 20% armor. That's not good. Oh, we are definitely in one-shot territory right now at 1300 health. I don't know if that was the best move or not, but... kind of feel like our frozen isn't working as well as it was before. Is it just me? Yikes! Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's do... Honestly, the no pain, no gain kind of feels useless right now because we're literally in one-shot, one-hit territory now. I get hit once by one of these bosses right now and we're gonna die. Almost guaranteed. We could probably survive a couple hits from these zombies, but I don't think we can survive a boss hit at the moment. I don't even think it's worth taking any of these health regenerations anymore. Because we took out like we took out like 300, because we were at what, 1700? I think we were at 1700 health, so we took out over 300 of our health. Let's do the ability area. Alright, I kind of want to take this lockdown. Although this one, actually, we'll take the coffee cup. And the lockdown showed up again too, but now I want the homing pigeon. I wish I could lock down the lockdown and take the homing pigeons, but I want the homing pigeons. All right, now we're starting to... I might... The funny thing is, I might actually take the minor level ups over taking arrow rain. Like, I'm not even kidding. If I see a good ability on the, or if I see a good minor level up, I'm taking that. I'm gonna take that over arrow rain for sure. We're definitely doing a lot of DPS. I mean, we're critting for 4,500 here. Okay. Oh, man. Oh, man. This is so dangerous. Pretty soon, we're not even going to be able to survive a hit from a zombie. See, like, just take the XP modifier. Get more XP, get more of these minor level ups. There's only 3 options, so I kind of thought there'd be 4, but maybe not. Maybe not when you max level up. Maybe they reduce it down to 3. Remember that one time I died when I was like an inch away from getting that iron skin? We're gonna take the ability area. Alright, let's just take arrow rain. I'm only gonna take arrow rain so I can get more chances at seeing different minor level ups. Okay, let's do the slingshot again. We can get our 300 health back. That actually might be okay. At least so we can survive some of these the bosses is still not going to matter, but at least maybe if we get hit by some of these zombies or some of these smaller hits, we can outlive those. Yikes! Oh my gosh, I can't believe that didn't hit me. Yeah, I honestly think, I think right there, taking the 2% weapon attack speed probably provides... Oh, what killed me? What hit me? Was that an explosion? Was that just a regular zombie? Oh no. Oh no, that's not good. Now we can't get hit at all. I don't know what hit me right there. This ain't good. This is not good now. Because now we can pretty much die to anything. I'm gonna have to look at the replay on that one. Now I'm super scared because any of these zombies that hit me are gonna kill me. And we don't have a lot of movement speed too, which is kind of gonna hurt us a little bit. Fire damage? No, oh, that's gonna be. Let's do this one. Weapon attack speed. Okay, let's do. Well, now we're definitely not going to take any sort of defensive stat. It's not going to matter. At this point, it's all DPS and maybe like movement speed. That might be the only sort of defensive ability we take. Anything else is literally useless right now. But here you go. This is kind of it. This is the strategy for just if you want to try to survive as long as you can, just run around the edge of the map. Because you're not even going to see the bosses if you do that with the monkey decoy. They're just going to stick to the monkey decoys, and with us maybe freezing them, I don't know. We're going to play it safe for a little bit. We'll play it safe if we survive to 40 minutes, then maybe we'll start well, actually, at this point, I think we might just try to go as long as we can. Because now that I lost my revive, we're kind of screwed either way. Thank God for energy shield, though. That's probably going to be the one thing keeping us alive here. Oh, I want that movement speed, but the chemical damage doesn't do anything for us, but the movement speed does. But this one, the healing bonus doesn't do anything for us, but the fire damage does. But let's commit to the build. Alright, let's take luck again. Especially since all of those were healing. Who cares? Alright, we officially maxed out all our abilities. This might be, is this the record for, this is my record for boss rush. I thought it was in the 30 minutes. Every charge of lockdown, reroll, and banish now has a chance not to be consumed. 5%, no thank you. Let's re-roll the, or no, I guess we could take this one. Boxing gloves, yeah. Boxing gloves is fine. We have 3 of those. Zolzai, I don't even know what it's called. What was that weapon called? Or not the modifier, the XD something. The 30% elemental damage. I forgot what it is. I don't even remember what the name of that is. But we already have 3 of those, so I guess success on that end. Let's do, yeah, it's between these two. Let's do weapon damage. Gotta watch out for those. See, any projectile is just gonna straight up kill me too. I haven't found the item that increases the longevity of our power-ups either, I don't think. Usually you can get those stacked up to 1.5 seconds longer. I don't think we've even seen those. Yeah, 20% fire, let's go. I don't really know if it's worth going for these SOS. Well, yeah, I guess it is still, because they're going to give us the 1% and 1%. I'm just trying to think, because they're just giving us minor level ups now, and we're one hit away from death. No. I was about to say, I wonder how many bosses are on the screen right now. All right, well, we did our 40-minute goal. I don't want to say we can do this forever, especially since I lost since we're on our last life. But I think if we wouldn't have made that mistake there and died, I think we're at the point to where we can do this for a really long time. As long as we're good at dodging. Like I said, since we lost that life, man, I don't know what killed me there. Since we lost that, we're definitely at way more of a disadvantage. At some point, we're gonna go try to kill those bosses, though. I like doing this ability area. I'd like to try an ability area build, but it's harder to do now. Now that the minor level ups got taken out of the regular level ups, it's a lot harder to do like an ability area build. Ooh. Man, both of these are really good. Ability area and ability duration or electric damage. This will do the electric damage. Man, I wish I should have just sucked it up and taken one of those lockdowns at one point. The extra 4 lockdowns. Because there's been so many times where I wish I would have had it. We're at the point in the game now, too, to where if I look away, like if I look away for 1 second and look at my stream data or go to itch my hand or my shoulder or something, probably gonna die. Oh my gosh, fire modifier. Ability area. Because, you know, I just want to build up this, I just want to build up this energy shield to take up the whole screen. I keep thinking that, see, that's all it's going to take is one of those projectiles. I keep thinking our makeshift bomb that he throws is a pickup. So every once in a while, I don't know if you notice it, but every once in a while, I'll kind of run towards it, thinking it's one of those military training points. And we're doing all this without really good movement speed either. Honestly, I'm surprised we blasted this long since... Oh! Man, have you ever seen something get jinxed so hard before? Have you ever seen something get jinxed so hard before? See, look. Like, look at our firewalk. It did so much damage. They definitely nerfed this weapon. I think we were getting this doing so much damage before. They definitely nerfed it. I think they nerfed the range. I can't see it over here. I can't see, like, what it does, to see if they took out the range or not. But it still did good DPS. Molotov cocktail did okay. Blowtorch. We didn't keep blowtorch long enough. Makeshift bomb, like no damage, but that's a decoy. Holy cow! that's a lot of frost arrow damage. Holy cow, that's really, really high. 10,898 damage. We did have 315% frost damage. That's crazy. Yeah. So like monkey decoy did, yeah, it did more than the bomb. Let's compare these kind of stuff to the engineer's abilities. So multi-shot, that's fine. Of course, this is going to do way more damage because it gets the elemental damage bonus. Oh, that's actually not too bad. Our electric turret did. Yeah, see, these actually did pretty good damage. This is why the EMP grenade is absolute garbage tier. 231 damage. Wow. Man, electric turret, almost 9,000 damage. Our energy shield did a ton too, 3,500. And then our laser did 5,300. That's actually pretty good. I like seeing that. I like seeing these higher numbers for our elemental abilities. Like seeing electric turret do 8,700 damage. Having that be the highest damage for the engineer makes me happy. Because we built mostly into like this elemental area. Like we did a lot of area. We did a lot of ability duration. So I'm glad to see that did so much damage. Like that's a lot of damage for our turrets. That's a lot of damage for the energy shield too. I don't know if I've ever got an energy shield up to 3,500. And then laser's kind of right where it should be. This is insane though. Almost 11,000 damage from our frost arrows. Like with all this elemental damage and then like with the arrow penetration, it's just gonna put up insane numbers. 21 million damage. Did that do the most? Yeah, that did by far the most damage. Almost double everything else, except for the electric turret. 21 million. Cool. Actually had the least amount of kills though, by far. Probably because the only thing that was doing anything was the freezing arrows, whereas he's putting out a lot of different types of damage, and then he was in the game the longest, so of course he's gonna kind of rack up a couple, probably like 1,000 or so kills before anybody else even gets on the map. But it's not like he did horrible damage. The Infernax though, this is a lot lower than it was before. I think with this build, like 3 weeks ago, we would have had this like at the 10,000 range. I think they nerfed it like substantially. Or maybe the frost arrow just kind of tore everything up instead. We also didn't really like fight in packs either. We kind of hugged the outside of the map a lot, especially toward the end. So that might have hurt his DPS. You know, because we're only hitting a couple enemies versus running into packs and doing insane damage on them. So that definitely could have hurt his DPS. But I mean, overall, I think this was a really successful run. 44 minutes, 345% electric, 315 ice, 290 fire. And then we had 3 of these. The Zugzwang Hypergaster, 90% elemental damage. And then we got 5% from there. What else did we get? We got 40% from the Icon. We got 30% elemental from the Detective Pipe. We took 3 glass cannons. We took 3 glass cannons, which was probably stupid, but whatever, it was fun. Let's see, what else did we get? Oh, we got 60% electrical here. 60%. Yeah, 60% ice here. We got so much elemental damage. That was awesome. 10% fire there. We actually didn't get a lot of the fire modifiers though. Although I guess because these guys get lucky though, because we can take the electric and take the chemical where it doesn't affect anything, but the fire one, if we took fire, it was going to hurt our ice. So that's probably why that's why we didn't get as much fire. Because if we got the 30% fire, we were going to take a 20% frost damage, which I didn't want to do. So that's probably why he didn't stack up as high in elemental damage. Because what's the electric one do? Is there an electric one? Because there's the 20, but there should be like a 30% one too. Oh, this is the 30% one. Is there one for the ice too? The ice probably affects fire though. So electrical is probably the only one that benefits from like this huge buff. Because I don't think we could take the ice or the other one. Right? Electrical. Yeah, that's why electric's so high. Cool. Okay, well that's gonna be it. This was our elemental build. It actually ended up being a lot better than I thought it would be. Let's go to the main menu and see if that was our record. 44 minutes. Was that my record on boss rush? Isolated, boss rush. 44 minutes, yeah, that was my record. Our record for endless is 1 hour and 15 minutes, but that was a we could have lasted forever type of build. I don't remember if we killed ourselves or not. We might have. But 44 minutes for that's not bad. That's our new record. I think we kind of demolished it too. Okay, that's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you have a great rest of your day.